And the bike's got great power. It's not like pulling your arms off or anything. It's not trying to like pull the front end. It's not like front end's not getting light or anything, but it moves. It's fun. You can get out of any situation you need to. You can. What's up, guys? Sean here from Srkcycles.com, and we have a really cool bike for you. I'm pretty pumped about riding this. This is a 2016 Bonneville T120 Black. The black means it's cool. It's all blacked out. Check out that brown seat. It's almost as supple as my jacket. It's a cool looking bike. It's a 1200. That's where they get the 120. It's a whole lot bigger than the T100, which used to be like an 865 or something stupid like that. Caleb drove it. He said it was super cool. Let's get on it. Let's do it. First of all, let's start off with words of wisdom. Proverbs 16:8. Better is a little with righteousness than great income with injustice. Think about that one for a moment while I put my gloves on. I know you glovies out there are like freaking out. They're like, put your gloves on. Better is a little with righteousness than great wealth with injustice. Whether you a believer or not, those are powerful words, and it's kind of hard to disagree with that. All right, fellas, I'm pumped about riding this bike. It's all teched out, although I kind of feel like, where should I sit? Do I sit up here like a sport bike? When I sit back here, I'm gonna sit back here. This bike has 425 miles. I think Caleb put like 30 miles on it yesterday. What a jerk. Yo, Caleb, try to keep up with this. Alright guys, so let's talk about this bike. It's 2016, it's got 425 miles on it. I think this is new in this year. Now this is the 1200cc bike, a big step up. So the last one was 865, it's 1200 cc's. What is that, 26% bigger? I just made that number up. Someone knows the truth, but I don't. And this bike is sitting at 72 horsepower and 72 foot-pounds of torque. That's pretty good. That's a real good like horsepower to torque ratio. A 1-to-1 horsepower to torque ratio. And it's a whole lot faster. This thing is a whole lot faster than the previous Bonneville 120 or 100. Actually, it's so much faster that this thing does the quarter mile in 12.6. 12.6. If your dad has a 2003 Corvette Z06, this bike is faster than it. That might be kind of surprising to you, but we'll get a chance to get on it a little bit up here, and I'll show you that it's absolutely true. Another big change with this bike, that they did a lot of cool stuff. They're really kind of stepping up their game, and anytime you start trying to put out more power, you have to do stuff like this. But this bike is water cooled. The other Triumphs weren't, apparently. So what surprised me about this bike is you look at it and you're like, oh, it's a really small bike, and you would just assume it's going to be really, really light. It weighs in at a wet weight. When I say wet weight, I'm gonna crush this mountain up here. See if my ghost can follow me. On your mark, Get set. I mean, the bike's got great power. It's not like pulling your arms off or anything. It's not trying to like pull the front end. It's not like front end's not getting light or anything, but it moves. It's fun. You can get out of any situation you need to. You can, you know, always have a lot of fun. If you want to dump the girl off the back, you know what I mean, just get on it, you know, she'll probably fall off. No, seriously though, don't dump people off the back. It's not cool. Look at this guy trying to tell me what to do nowadays. Oh, I want to weave around these cones. Good job, fella. So it's got good power, but it's not that light. And you kind of notice that when you're walking the bike around. You're like, wow, it's a little heavier than what I thought it was going to be. It's weighing in a wet weight, and a wet weight is with gas and oil and all the fluids in it. It weighs in at a wet weight of 540 pounds, which is, you know, if you're used to riding a sport bike, and sport bikes are somewhere around 400 pounds, you know, 420 or something like that, give or take a little bit. It's 140 pounds heavier. This is like your girlfriend soaked with a backpack on, heavier than your sport bike. But when you're riding it, nothing. I don't notice anything. It doesn't feel heavy at all. It feels light. It actually handles much better than the T100 did. A lot of people say that the older Bonnevilles kind of had that like gyroscopic effect when you're turning. It's trying to stand itself back up. Just really leans into it. They spent a lot more time. I think there's a Showa front forks, and who makes the rear? I don't know. Some big name. Someone important. Who makes the rear forks? I mean, it's got great power. It's a great bike. Also, heated grips. I'm gonna turn them on right now. I love that companies are doing this. It's a basic bike. It's a very, very basic bike. It's very simple, but why not throw some cool stuff on it? Heated grips. It's a button with the element inside the grips. It costs them 2 cents to make. It makes the whole experience of riding the bike way better. You can ride it even more. It gets people excited about riding. I mean, why not? I love that companies are doing this stuff now. It's got ABS. I don't know if it has traction control. Haven't really tried it, but if it has ABS, it probably has traction control, because apparently they use the same system. So I've been told. It has an M button over here. I don't know what that means. Oh. How do I change that? Oh, there we go. Yep. See, it says road and rain mode. There we go. I went road mode. Now, the different modes, what they're going to do is it might drop the horsepower a little bit. The biggest thing, it's going to change your throttle response. It's not going to be as twitchy, which for the rain you don't want it to be. If you make a little mistake, the back end is not going to cut out real fast. It's just going to, you know, it's going to give it a little more leeway. You know, very similar to like on the Suzukis and the GSXRs, where they have A, B, and C mode. This just has 2 modes. Who is really using B mode anyway? But the coolest thing about these bikes is they don't default to the weaker setting. They default to the most aggressive setting, because who are we kidding? That's what we want. People would riot in the streets if you found out that your Hayabusa or your sport bike or your Triumph would default to the lesser setting when you hopped on your bike, because no one's to jump on their bike and make, you know, press the fun button. No, automatically. Bikes are fun to start with. Guys, I'm pumped about this bike. Let's, I'm gonna do a little brake test. Now you see me? Oh, ABS. I actually felt it. I felt it pulsate. That's pretty cool. This is a nice bike. This thing is a lot of fun to ride. I love the classic styling. You get classic styling with modern flair. You know, fuel injection, although it looks like it's got carburetors. Water cooled, although water cooled is not very modern, but it kind of is. Water cooled motor, great power. 72 horsepower for a bike like this is great. This is a fun bike, big step up. After riding this, I wouldn't even entertain buying a Bonneville 100. Just try to go with the 120 if you can. There's gonna be a big difference, little difference in price, but all right, guys, I'm loving this bike. Remember, this bike is for sale. But it's not what you're riding, but where are you going? We'll see you guys later. Don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe.